Hi, everyone, and welcome to our second episode of the season. And we have a lot going on for the month of August. Hope your summer has been going well. And I actually had a chance to get over to Ireland and did a little research as well. Probably have more questions than answers. But we're also going to be talking about when you get to Ireland, do you know about the bilingual part of Ireland? Well, we're going to be talking about that as well. All right, let's get right to our episode. Our Irish Saturday for the month of August will be held on August 8th, so stop on by the Hoffman Research Library, which is located at the Minnesota Genealogy Center in Mendota Heights, Minnesota. Now, here's an opportunity to get some of your Irish research questions answered. The Minnesota Genealogical Library is located at 1385 Mendota Heights Road, Suite 100. You can also stop by the library during regular business hours. And to find out more about the library and the hours of operation, go to the website at mngs.org. And our August webinar will feature Fiona Fitzsimons. Her program is titled What You Need to Know Before Hiring an Irish Researcher or Visiting Ireland to Do Your Own Research. This program will be an online-only session. It is scheduled for Saturday, August 15th, and will run from 10:30 a.m. until noon Central Daylight Time. When and how should you hire a professional researcher in Ireland? Fiona will discuss selecting a qualified genealogist with local expertise you may need to address your specific challenges. She will also discuss preparing for a visit to Ireland for your research and to visit associated people and places. Fiona is the founder and director of the Irish Family History Center in Dublin, which is located at Ep2, the Irish Emigration Museum in the historic CHQ building. And we do have a social gaggle scheduled for the month of August, which will be on August the 17th. The gaggle lasts about an hour and a half and is available on Zoom. And it's open to the public, and there is no registration. If you have any questions regarding your most recent discoveries or information you'd like to join us, stop on by and we'll discuss a few items and open the conversation to all. Again, it is open to the public. Okay, for the people who go to Ireland for the first time, they're always amazed when they see all the signs are bilingual in Irish and in English, and even some folks even speak in Gaelic. So, what should you do when you go over there? Can you say a few words and impress people in Gaelic? Well, I had a chance to talk to recently a instructor in the Gaelic language, and she told me what you can say, whether you're going to visit family, friends, or just go and be a tourist, or even just go to one of the Irish classic football games that are coming up in the next couple years in college football. I know people who come back here and this is their first trip to Ireland. They don't expect the bilingual part of Ireland. So, what are some things that they should know when they come over there that might help them in their trip, make it more successful for them?
Yes, I think it's a beautiful surprise for people to see all the signage being bilingual. And this really adds to the landscape and the whole experience. I think it deepens people's visit because, especially if they prep before their trip and they might learn a few key words, like even, the word for tra, beach, or like Bally comes from Balia, meaning town. You'll start seeing, oh, that's Beach Town, or this is like the wood of Saint Aidan. So it makes so much sense in Irish. And then you might look at the anglicization and it makes no sense. It's like gobbledygook. And that's why we have such funny names, like Skibbereen or Lousy Bush, etc. But I think it's a beautiful part of the culture and the landscape when people are driving around to see, okay, so Galway is Galiev and, Donegal is Donegal. And sometimes it's similar, sometimes it's quite different, but it really enhances the whole experience of being in Ireland. And then it's a great conversation starter. They could say, how do you pronounce this? And what does it really mean?
Mhm. Yeah, and especially when you're in the taxi and the taxi driver asks you where you're from and this is your first time here, and then they'll actually try and talk a few words What would I tell the taxi driver then when I'm trying to explain to him what part of Dublin I'm driving to?
Well, Ascuilge in Irish, you could say, Bawahlam Dulgaji, I would like to go to. So Bawahlam is a great one to learn because it's great for ordering things like your pint or your cup of tea or cup on cafe. Bawahlam. So Bawahlam literally means it would be good with me.
Hmm?
So feel free to say it with me. Bawahlam.
Bawahlam.
Excellent. Really, really nice. So you could say like Bawahlam Guinness, for example, or Bawahlam. So you can get a discount all over Ireland and all over the world now if you order in Irish. And we actually say it shines with me or it's good with me.
Wow.
So basically, Bawahlam literally means it would be good with me. Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
nice one when you're, ordering anything or asking the taxi driver to take you somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Bawahlam. Okay. And of course, if you want to go to the Whiskey Museum, uh, Bawahlam Whiskey Museum, and I'm going to make sure I get this
Yeah,
right.
perfect. Yeah.
Baja, right? Did I say that correctly?
Yes, that's it exactly. So Ishka is water and
Yeah.
Ishka Baha is whiskey, the water of life.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're saying Bawahlam Whiskey Museum, even Whiskey Museum in English, it's so close to the Irish because the word whiskey comes from Irish.
Okay.
And Ishka is water and it sounds like water. It's very onomatopoeic, like a lot of Irish words. Ishka. You can hear the gushing, cascading waterfalls there. Ishka, Ishka, Ishka. But that's a brilliant museum. I highly recommend. Great storytelling there.
It is a lot of history behind Ireland and the Irish whiskey as well. Your book is out, and
Yeah,
it's one
it's
of the things.
fascinating, actually. Yeah, about
Yeah,
poaching as well. It is.
one of the things that impressed me is the background of the language that you imply in your book as well.
Yeah, how much the Irish language has influenced Hiberno English. You know, in many ways, in the musicality of our accent, in our voices, in how we don't answer yes or no. We answer with the verb because in Irish there is no yes or no. So many different effects, have come into how we speak, even nowadays. It's amazing to think that we preserved and protected these elements of our own native indigenous language through centuries of oppression and colonization. So you'll hear it in so many ways, like even saying safe home, like goodbye, safe home comes from slán awalia, literally be safe until you get home. And lots of things people wouldn't say in the States or Canada or the UK that are specific to Ireland because of this connection with our ancient language. So, yeah, I love to explore that because I think it's still so relevant and prevalent, and people might not even know that they're kind of speaking Irish using English words.
You mentioned about that there is no yes or no, and whenever I talk to a group here stateside, and I mention that to them, their mouths are open. They just can't believe that. And I say, well, yeah. And I remember in my own family, when I was growing up, they used to say to me, I would say, "Can I go play outside?" And they'd say, "I don't think that's a great idea," or I would prefer you did something else. And I just never really understood that until I started taking your webinars, and I realized, oh, there's no yes or no. And then it finally hit me that that was what was going on. So it's kind of interesting to learn a little bit more about the history behind the language.
Yeah. It's
If
very interesting.
Yeah, I should probably add too that there is three types, right? I mean, there's Irish, the Irish that we see on in the Republic, and then there's also Scots Irish, and then with the Isle of Manx.
Yeah, so we have three Celtic or
Hmm.
three Gaelic languages and six Celtic languages. And the three
Hmm.
Gaelic languages are Irish, Scottish Gaelic, and Manx on the Isle of Man. And they all evolved out of Old Irish in around the third century. But in terms of getting off the plane, you could say thank you to the air stewards. You could say Gurav Mahagot. Gurav
Gurif
Mahagot.
Maga. Okay.
So feel free to say it with me. Gurav
Gurif
Mahagat.
Maga.
Excellent.
All
Yeah,
right.
Gurav Mahagat. Excellent. Really,
Okay.
really nice pronunciation. So that means may you have goodness. May you have goodness. So perfect to hit the ground running, and we say tusma la nehibre. A good start is half the work. So if you're getting off the plane, you could say Gurav Mahagat to the air stewards. And then when you're going through passport check in the airport, if you have an Irish passport, they will generally say welcome home, or they'll say welcome, Dave, and they'll add your name, which is a really nice touch. So another opportunity to say Gurav Mahagat.
Guruk
So
Maka.
Gurav
Okay.
Mahagat is thank you.
I will remember that in my next
Gurav
trip out
Mahagat,
there.
really
Okay.
nice. So the Irish are really big on please and thank you. So much so that when we go traveling in other cultures, they don't tend to say please or thank you that much as we do.
Hmm.
I write about this a little bit in the book in terms of how it might be this obsequiousness or acquiescence that, comes from being a colonized country, trying to appease others or like stay safe, basically. But we do tend to say please and thank you a lot. So we had Bowalam, which is I would like, and now we've learned Gurav Mahagat, which is thank you. So if you want to say please, you say ledahul, ledahul,
Let the host.
ledahul, ledahul. Perfect, ledahul, with an L at the end, ledahul. And ledahul literally means with your wish or with your will.
Hmm.
So you're kind of granting agency and collaboration, like it would be good with me with your will. Led the whole.
All right. Coming up now at the end of August is the Aer Lingus College Football Classic. And some folks from TCU, Texas Christian, or University of North Carolina may be coming to Ireland for the first time and being there for the game. So what would be a good word that those folks can say? What can somebody from TCU and North Carolina add when they come to the stadium, Aviva Stadium, on August 29th?
I think some good ones for stadium speak could be like your team and then Abu, ABU with the father. Abu means like up. So if you're saying like up Mayo, up Dublin, or up Trinity, you'd say the team and
Hmm.
then Abu. So quite easy to remember. So you're shouting for your team and then you add Abu.
I'll do that this fall just to practice. Well, there you have it. A couple of words that you can use the next time you head over to Ireland, and you might get yourself a free pint out of the deal as well, according to Molly Guidra. Thank you very much, Molly, for all that information. And we are now at the peak of the Irish festival season here in the U.S. and also in Canada. And here's a listing of all the festivals that we have. Okay, well, I hope you get a chance to enjoy some of the Irish festivals going on this summer and into the fall. And thanks to Molly Guidra for all that great information on what I can do the next time I go back to Ireland and what I can say to get myself maybe a free pint. Who knows? Okay, that's our episode. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next month. Are you a member of the IGSI? You're not, but you'd like to be? Here's all you have to do. Head to the website at irishgenealogical.org. There you'll find the join link on the left side of the page, and that's where you can sign up and become a member. You can also register for any of the webinars this year on the website as well. And as a member, you can also see past webinars from the previous year. And besides enjoying all the members' benefits, you can always sign in and go over many of the programs and services that the IGSI has to offer. And that would include viewing past webinars, surname interests, the e-newsletter. Would you like to be a volunteer at the IGSI? Here's all you have to do. Get on the website at irishgenealogical.org and scroll down to the volunteer link. There you can see all the options that are available to you. That would include helping out with the Irish Fest in Minnesota, or any of the social and educational programs, or you could even help out with the social media platforms and podcasts, or the SEPS magazine and Genealogist newsletter. Just click on the Volunteer Now link and sign up. For more information about the Irish Genealogical Society International, go to the website at irishgenealogical.org. And for more information on the podcast, contact podcast@irishgenealogical.org.